Historic tax credits can be a great assistance in certain kinds of rehabilitation if the property is an income-producing unit. People would want to investigate this to see if it's a good fit for them, so that if their income types give them the opportunity to redeem the credits, and if the project that they're working on would benefit from having historic tax credits. In Ohio, we combine the federal historic tax credit that can be from 25 to 35%, depending on the jurisdiction that the building is in. The federal credit is essentially the same everywhere in the United States, and it's ideal for operating in certain kinds of income-producing properties. There are also state credits available, Ohio being one of them. In Ohio, we have an application called the OPTIC application, which generates between 25 and 35% of the cost of the rehabilitation. So if you are looking at a project in Ohio for an income-producing property, then you can combine the federal credits of 20% plus the state credits of 25 to 35% for a total optimum of 55% of the cost of the rehabilitation. The large projects get most of the attention of the projects that are generating historic tax credits. But there are other categories also for an intermediate project and a small category project, which don't tend to generate the headlines of the big projects like the arcade. The small and intermediate projects all follow the same rules, but they have discrete pools of money that are reserved for them in the Ohio program. The Ohio program is competitive on a scoring basis, and whether you get those credits or not depends on the score of the application that you submit. What we do is work with people so that they can understand and realistically move forward with a historic tax credit project for small and intermediate projects. The large projects are usually generating so much in the way of the credits that they're beyond an individual or even a mid-sized company to be able to absorb. So they have ways of exchanging the credits for cash into the project. With small and intermediate projects, it's more viable for an independent, small operation to utilize a historic tax credit. As a homeowner, you're not allowed to use the historic tax credits on the house that you live in. However, as an investor with perhaps a double next door to you, you could actually restore the double next to you as an income-producing property and realize the tax credits on that. It's even possible after 5 years of safe harbor that you could move into that double as your house. So in a kind of a crazy way, people on a street might be able to buy doubles next to them, restore them, and then move into them and restore other houses. The way it works is that a small scale project like that is actually pretty easy and straightforward, and most people can utilize the historic tax credits that arise from that. And I'm not going to propose to be a tax attorney to advise people on that. Anyone looking at this should go have a conversation with their tax attorney, find a specialist, and look at their individual circumstances. It's also a situation where sometimes we're dealing with a group of friends, etc., and I call that the friends and family package, because you can receive the federal credits, be awarded the credits, and then redeem the credits as a collection of individuals without going into all of the really complex structures that are sometimes utilized in projects like the arcade.